Trustees, date Wednesday, March 26, 24, 4 o'clock p.m. I call the meeting to order at 4. All agenda items are subject to discussion, consideration, possible action, including but not limited to approval, denial, amendment, revision, or conditional approval in whole or in part of. Roll call. John Williams present.
Karen Johnson present. Amber Odie present.
Okay. Gracie, which, I should have got them unit numbers up there while I was at the Dodge House, and I didn't. Which car did we take up there second? You know,
8558, I believe.
well,
That's
is it 2015 or the 2014?
I believe it's the 15. I believe it's the 15 one.
So which one goes with the 15?
And Richard Tao with Dodge explained to me and Mark Anderson both, and I have also relayed this to Mark Smith while he's in fleet, what's transpiring. I don't know. I wish I'd got the unit numbers.
Well, the unit numbers aren't even on here because the unit number is what I gave you.
Well, okay, but we get two different quotes. He told me 4 to 5,000. We've got one for $5,091.06. We've got one for $4,841.06. So my question is, which one is the second car that I took, that me and Mark took to the Dodge House? That's what I need to know.
Okay.
Richard Tao, I think I said this in the last meeting, I'm not sure. Both of them basically has the same problems, but one car is better than the other. I know Richard, I've known him for a long time, I know he's not gonna lie to us. He said he would, if it was him, he would fix the second car that we took. So, do we know which one that is?
No, there's no way to tell which one it is on this one because we didn't have the VIN numbers at that time.
Okay. Well, that's a problem. If y'all would like me to, I can excuse myself and call Richard right quick.
Do we need it for the?
Because, well, then we have two different quotes is,
Whichever one we're gonna fix, the other one gets surplus, you have to know which one is which.
Go ahead and find out so we can get it taken.
people excuse me for a moment.
What is he currently driving, Chad?
Chad is driving this one out here, the one with the orange lettering.
Gracie, hand me those two quotes, please. Hey, Richard. John Williams at LA.
Which, the one that Chad is driving right now is the one that Mark used to drive to Cleat. And the only thing it had wrong with it was, it needed the tires fixed. Cause they started going like this. Which we got that fixed, and so now Chad drives it, and Mark drives the Explorer.
Do you know what, is it a 2015 also, this one?
Yes. We have two 2015s and two 2014s, and I believe that the one that is, like a salvage car over here is a 2014.
I apologize for that. The second vehicle that me and Mark Anderson took there is the 4,841.06. That is the one that he recommends fixing. Number one. Shall do some math. So $250 difference. And I asked him where the $250 come in. I asked him where the difference.
Battery.
Right, but I wanted to double check him from what these quotes are. I like to hear it and see it. So y'all will know.
I know by looking at it.
So, what, have y'all thought about this?
So my question is, do we need 3 cop cars?
We do if we plan on getting another officer for, so you'll have, 3 shifts.
But only one officer would be on shift at a time.
Or reserve.
And and I totally agree with that.
What are the cars worth?
In the,
What are the cars worth?
the,
About $2,000.
anywhere from 10 to 12. And that's what I asked Richard. I said, is either one of them worth fixing? He said, if he was gonna fix one, it would be the number 2 car, the 484106. And then we have, there's enough ARPA money set aside to cover the cost of the lift station repair and possibly cover the cost of the septic system that's being installed as well. This also still leaves enough for Mark Anderson's truck to be outfitted, which will be that $600 quote. Plus a magnetic sign of some sort. And it will also cover a new radar for Mark Smith's car, and I can explain that to you. It is it's a very old radar. The new radars, like OHP and county runs, they vary from $2,500 to $6,000. I told him, I said, well, we can't do 6,000, but I had him to get it with his radar guy. And then I have checked this radar service out by others, said they're very dependable and reliable. Those guys, this isn't my,
We also, I think we would need more than 1 quote. We would need more than 1 quote for that.
we normally get 2 or 3 quotes, but being they're reputable, you don't have to have, but we always try to get 2 to 3 quotes. With him going to Cleat, it's been kind of bang, boom, bang, bing down here. So I guess the question is, Ben, we do have the money to go ahead and outfit Mark's truck, which is the 600, if that's okay with y'all. I don't know if y'all know Matt Wallace. He works for Oklahoma City Police Department for the last 26 years. He grew up around Ellick. His ex-wife was Kim. Okay.
Care.
Anyway, he's the local guy. Just wanna know, these cars are set up there at the Dodge house, long enough. I've got to let him know something. I mean, we can not fix either one, bring them home, save one for a rainy day, or we can fix one, but if something happens to save this one out here, which very possibly could happen because of what they've gone through, then, and we got two officers, if something happens to one, there we are, we're down to one vehicle.
I don't know that they're worth fixing, personal opinion.
Okay, if that's the case, we're gonna have to get with GSA, the, government surplus auction where we got the, what is that, a Ford Explorer? And get on the list for another vehicle.
Right.
And that one there come from New Mexico. His want me to go to New Mexico. I said, no, get it to Oklahoma.
I mean, I understand that, but I just don't know that they're worth, those cars haven't been treated well.
No, and that's what Richard said. But if he said the number two would be worth fixing,
If he had to fix one,
if he had to fix one.
but that doesn't mean that it's worth fixing.
No, but what are we gonna do if if this car goes down?
I mean, you can leave it here until, if that happens, we can keep it here, but I would surplus them both and look for something that is long-term and not something that's a quick fix.
And I totally agree with that too. But if this car goes down, we've got one police officer without a vehicle.
I mean, technically, unless they're on shift at the same time, that's not true.
Yes, because Mark still got 6 more weeks of, clean.
Why wouldn't we,
He's driving the new one.
why wouldn't we pay him mileage and let the police officer in town drive the police car?
It's cheaper to let him drive.
It's cheaper to, by
But
the time,
if we only had one car,
Yeah, if you only had one car, you wouldn't have any choice, you just have to be.
Yeah.
away.
I was just saying that's why
yeah,
it was.
I understand now, but if we go down to one car,
yeah, and I hope that don't happen.
How good a shape is the one he's driving, is it in?
Goodbye.
How good of a shape is the one that's being?
Decent. I mean, y'all know the history of them, like I do.
I kind of feel the same way, I don't know that either one of these cars are worth, I don't think they're worth 10,000, but maybe they are.
Well, that's off the blue book. That's off the book. It would be the same at the bank as what he pulled up.
I mean, and yeah, you get a
And then if we
You get a
surplus them, they
2-year
might only bring $500.
Right, yeah, no, they're probably not.
I mean, I understand you get a 2-year warranty, but it's only on what they fix, so it's not even guaranteeing you that you're gonna have the car run for 2 more years.
Sure. That's the reason we're having this meeting. I mean, I just gotta let him know something. Cause he's had them, 3 weeks? 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, this invoice is dated on the 20th, and y'all took it to him
Right.
at least a week before that.
I mean, if it were my money and I was looking at it, that's what I wouldn't fix it.
And we're the board, but I did ask Mark Smith what he would do if it was the case, and he agreed with number 2 rather than number 1. But that was just informational
Is this
input.
radar quote just for the Explorer?
Gracie, is that right? This is for the Ford Explorer.
So we
Yes.
already have this on the other vehicles?
We don't have the newer ones, no.
We don't have the newer
But
ones.
We have absolutely nothing on the Explorer.
Okay. No, I honestly, I kind of feel like $5,000 worth of taxpayer money, maybe better spent towards a new vehicle, I don't know. Or
That's,
not a new vehicle, but just a different vehicle.
Yeah.
because, I mean, not just one of these
And, I
that's
mean,
gone down, but.
and
literally
that's
all
not
four.
a big deal. I mean, we can call Barry and, they come and go quick up
'Cause if you
there.
got the same thing that you got before. and
Correct.
You didn't pay this, then you only owe 10, I don't know.
Uh,
I don't
well,
know.
we give 16,000 for the Ford Explorer, correct?
Yes.
And just hope we can at least get by with one until
Correct.
maybe we can locate something else, or,
Well,
I mean, he's. not
I
gonna
mean,
be
I can be
driving.
on the phone with Barry tomorrow, and I mean, he can, because what I had him do on that, so I said, you need to send either Gracie, Carey, or Mark. That, me and you hadn't talked about that. Did he send anything to you when he was locating these vehicles?
No, it was just.
He just sent it to Mark.
Mhm.
Well, and I feel like the less people involved is the better, that way
Yeah.
everybody don't get their wires crossed, including myself.
I mean, I don't know that you're gonna get a lot of money for these 4 vehicles, but even a couple thousand, plus the 5,000 you're gonna spend, that's $7,000, $8,000. That's half of your vehicle. I don't know. If it was me, I would have, if it was my
That's
personal
fine.
use.
I'm not set in stone personally. Well, I mean, it's not my deal, it's us.
I just don't, I mean, like I said,
Because basically by,
I mean, it
I
would be
mean,
a
I'm torn.
different story if we didn't have a car.
right,
And we have 2 cars, we have 2 officers. I don't
and,
think we're in a pickle we have to do something today.
and, this camshaft deal, I mean, I've tore a motor apart. I mean, that's and the lifter set front and rear, upper engine gasket kit, extra manifold gaskets and studs. It's basically an overhaul. So, and like you said, Karen, you know, who's to say it's gonna last 2 years? I don't know. I mean, that's something, that's something nobody knows.
That's something that any vehicle you get,
Mhm.
you could have issues with it, but. That's fine.
Okay. Well, I think we pretty much, what do y'all think about, going ahead and outfitting Mark's pickup?
I don't need a budget for that, that's only $600.
Right.
I'm good with getting whatever
That's
he
fine.
needs, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then we will go ahead and, outfit Mark Anderson's town truck. And, also we need to put on there, he's gonna need some, well, I mean, we can have a sign put on it or magnetic signs. it needs to be marked somehow, especially if county calls him.
Well, we can get a quote when they mark the.
Yeah.
The Explorer to also mark
Yes.
the city truck.
So how do y'all feel on this, Explorer on the radar and, radio? Where's my code, bro? Gracie, am I missing something here? Stalker Dual K band, well, that'll be radio. Where's Dual? Is this top one's a radio? Is this bottom one the radar?
Yes.
Who's gonna install that? Is it something we?
Matt Wallace. I called Matt, week before last, and I know he's busy, I never know if he's on days or nights.
Oh, okay.
I had Mark Smith to, contact him, and he said yes.
$50.
Uh,
It's only $150.
on what?
Installation of the radar and.
Well, he's willing to help us, he's done stuff for us before. Where do you see the 150?
At the bottom of the orange quote.
The Wallace quote says 150 for.
Okay, yeah. So with that being said, I would imagine, on this radio and radar, it wouldn't be an excessive amount. Cause this is just the, cost for the radio and radar. And I got online, I mean, I don't know nothing about these radios and radars, but some of them go up to $7,500. This being we're not a metropolis. This will still, this one here will still connect with county and OHP like they need. With all other agency, and travel from my understanding.
And the other part, we can't pull any of this out of one of the other old cars.
Yeah, they're old,
I understand they're old.
yeah, well, they're not,
They tried.
the compatibility, we're fixing to have to switch over. We have good radios at the fire station, the county does, but we're fixing to have to go upgrade, you know. They're kinda like cell phones, if that's a good example.
I do know that Mark and Chad both tried to put an older
Yes.
radar in the Explorer. They got it in there, but it would not read because of how the car is made and where the radar is supposed to go inside the car, so.
And those radars are installed on the outside of the car, on top of that. So that could have affected it some in the past. So, I'll make the motion that we surplus both vehicles,
And that one out there.
and that one out there,
Yes, get rid of what we're not using, let's get rid of all of it. I mean,
that way they're not nice on.
yeah, just get rid of all three of them.
Okay, I'll make the motion that we surplus the,
Hold on, unless you wanna keep the one car that, for the 4,800 as a backup just in case. That'd be the only one I would,
Yeah,
if you
keep the one that he's driving currently, but get rid of the wrecked one.
but she's saying
were,
the,
yeah, if.
she's saying the number two, what I'm calling the number two.
Oh.
if he's called, I mean, if it's, I'm assuming he drove it there.
Yeah, they're both tapping through back.
I mean, it will drive back here. It's
Yeah,
not that it's.
Me and Mark Anderson can get them back, but they're, I had them to hook the,
But in case we get in a we get in a bad place. It gives us an insurance policy.
Yeah.
If we don't find something better or we need something, I don't really have a problem with surplusing all of them, but it's just throwing it out there,
it's,
So.
I'm
I guess we
flexible.
I guess we can wait until we see if we get a lead on another vehicle.
Does it do us any good to surplus them all at the same time?
Pardon?
Does it do us any good to surplus them all at the same time?
Not really. I mean, you can surplus one now, you can surplus, I mean, however we wanna do it.
I mean, that would be my, if we needed an insurance policy, that could be your insurance policy. I don't know how quickly they can do the work if we needed them to do that work. What, do you know?
Well, either way, you're gonna have to go get it and bring it home, cause it's been there for a long time.
Yeah, I had them up there 3 or 4 weeks, and I even told Richard from the get-go, this is not a I said, this is a board. I said, that's the reason we're having a special meeting, and I may call you tomorrow, I told him a while ago, I said, I may call you tomorrow, and we're not gonna fix either one of them. He said, John, that's fine.
I mean, that would be, like, we may, let's just as an insurance policy,
Well, let's just surplus the 2, keep the best car that's in the shop here, and look for,
and look for.
Look-
I can call
new
Barry
vehicle.
tomorrow.
and then if we decide, if you find something, then we'll just surplus it the next meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, as an insurance policy.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that, but
I totally get where you're coming from.
If this car that he's driving were to break down, would that still be the better option to fix?
Yes.
Okay.
the car that's.
If Chad's car was to break down today, this car would still, the number 2 car, what I'm calling the number 2, would be the better option.
Over Chad's car that he's driving now.
Yes.
Well, is it knocking? Here's what I was told, and I've done some research on this. The Dodge Challengers with the Hemi motors are prone to misfire on cylinder 3 and 5. These are, correct me if I'm wrong, they're misfiring on 5.
Some of them misfire on 3, some of them misfire on 5.
And I don't know which is which. Of course, in 2014, 2015, when they bought these, way before my time, a couple of years before my time, 3 years before my time, they probably didn't know this. So do we wanna make the motion to,
Surplus the 2,
surplus the 2?
and leave
Leave the best option.
that one car and
Yeah.
then we'll go from there.
Okay. And, okay, so I make the motion that we surplus what I call the drowned out one out here. And we'll say the number 1,
Just use the VIN, let's go to VIN.
surplus EH 367511.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's within the limit, we don't need a motion on that. We do have to have a motion made on the new radio and new radar being installed in the new 2016 Ford, isn't that a 2016 Ford Expedition, or Ford Explorer, I'm sorry. It is a 2016. Best of my,
The 2015, 2014s are the only
Well,
ones
what's on the,
on the agenda. You cannot vote on the Explorer.
Okay, yeah,
That's what I was trying to ask a minute ago.
well,
Well,
okay,
thought you were
I'm
talking
sorry,
about-
I didn't hear you.
I thought you were talking about the dash truck. It's like, no, it's a police unit, it's 2015, so that one qualifies.
Yeah, well, I was asking about both of them, because I didn't.
What is Mark's truck?
It's a 2015.
So everything we have is 10 years old.
Yeah. But with that being said, those pickups, other than some dings, that are in pretty good shape. Okay,
And at this very moment, the, this isn't in, like, it isn't urgent. The radar.
Yeah, you can put it on
Next.
the agenda
Well,
for the next meeting.
well, let's see,
Cause Mark isn't gonna be around. So maybe,
don't quote me on this, but he's got 6 more weeks after this last week,
yes.
correct?
Yes.
So that gives us plenty of time.
Yep.
Okay, plus, yeah, let's see. I don't know which is the 2015, but I can look at the VIN numbers when we get them back. I probably need to have Lance or Mark to help me get them back this week. Okay, I make the motion at 4:31 on Wednesday, March 26, 2024. We adjourn from the special town meeting of Ellen Board of Trustees.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.